Friday, November 7th, we're going to do ketchup and pickles in science. So what that means is ketchup, you can catch up on your work, or pickles, pick an activity. I have some choices. These are the expectations for ketchup and pickles. Ketchup is first. You need to finish these things first, and pickles is next. Okay, some of these directions are for people that are in person only. I have some limited materials that people can use, and you will need to use a sign-up sheet. Anytime you're using materials, you need to erase your name after you're finished, after you have wiped down, cleaned, and put away the materials neatly. Please put them back where you found them. If you're on Pickles, you can choose a partner to work with if they're also on Pickles. So if you're virtual, maybe you could invite someone from the class into your own personal Zoom room, or they could invite you, or I could even put my computer with a group. You can let me know. So we can do some partner work today between virtual and in-person students. We just kind of have to work that out, and we can do that. If you're in person and you have a partner, you need to make sure that you're keeping social distance. So maintaining that space between you. Please do not be touching the same materials. Wipe things down when you're finished. Be patient. I'm going to be working with a group today for the first part of Ketchup and Pickles to help them review. And so if you need help, please ask a friend or refer back to this video if you're not sure what to do. If you're not following the expectations, and this is for my in-person learners, you're going to lose materials privilege, and you're going to lose pickles privilege, really, because I'm going to give you an additional assignment to do, which is a fill-in-the-blank reading passage, and you have to click the link here. When you finish the fill-in-the-blank reading passage, you can raise your hand when you're finished, and we're going to have a discussion about what went wrong, and then decide together if you feel that you're ready to return to pickles. I hope we won't. I don't think we'll have any issues, but this is just in case. This is my ketchup and pickles flowchart, and this may look slightly overwhelming, but I'm going to explain it to you. So you can see on the left here we have the ketchup side. The first thing in Ketchup is a small group with Miss Holiday, and I have some students from Miss Smith's class and then from Mr. P's class. And what this small group is for is we will be reviewing the Introduction to Electricity slideshow, and you will be redoing that assignment. So that's going to be the first thing on the list for you today. If your name is found here or here, we're going to meet right after this introduction, and we're going to take care of this together. So if your name is here, you do that first, and then you can move on to step 2. If your name is not here, you go directly to step 2. Okay, and this is for people who need to complete lighting a light bulb. So you can see what's on the list there. So if your name is not on step 1 or step 2, then come here. This is kind of like a little bridge in between ketchup and pickles, because I think this is to use the classroom materials to build a simple circuit and then build a circuit using a switch. And I'm not sure, exactly who all has done that and who all hasn't. If you haven't done that. This is for in-person students or at-home students who have materials to do that. Then we move on to the pickles flowchart. So basically all of these arrows are a different activity that you can pick. Number 1 is to use the snap circuits. There is a sign-up sheet on the board because those are limited. This is for in-person students and virtual students who could potentially partner up with an in-person student, and they could Zoom together and do that. There is an instructional book. It's not just, let me just pull all the pieces out and just make a mess. You're trying to actually build a circuit with this. So again, if you're not using the materials correctly, we come back here, and you've got to take a bit of a timeout and do something differently. So if you choose snap circuits, use the materials correctly. Another option is to work on any assignments you have from other classes. If you're behind in your work, you can use this time to catch up. That's fine. You can help someone. So if you're in person or virtual, we can do a group, and you can help someone to catch up, especially with this completing the light bulb or building the circuits activity. These are the 2 things. This one is independent. So you can't be helping anyone with this particular introduction to electricity, But step 2, or building a circuit, people might need some help. Another choice is I've linked a great brain pop video. You can watch that. You can play around with some of the extras like the quiz and the mind map feature. This choice here was inspired by Parker Bergner, because he made this. He used FlipaClip to animate electrons moving through a closed circuit. And he actually had them, flowing through from the battery through the light bulb back around in the correct direction. It was really cool. So that might be something you're interested in doing. It was awesome. And then finally, we have Makey Makey. So this is an in-person thing. This is a Makey Makey, are these really cool, basically small circuit boards that turn a computer keyboard into a different type of open and closed circuit. So in order to use a Makey Makey, you have to know how to do it. And so if you click on the link here, there is basically a whole online a website that they have that teaches you how to use it and how to do different activities. You need to watch and preview this first before you get the Makey Makey, because if you don't know how to use it, it's not, number one, it's not going to be much fun, and number two, you're just going to kind of be wasting your time. This is a great thing for partners who maybe one has a little more experience and the other doesn't, to kind of work together on. Some of you may have played around with these in Maker's class last year. They're really fun, really cool. There is a sign-up sheet on the board for that, but you've got to be using it correctly, or again, I'm going to ask you to clean it up and put it away, and you're going to need to have a timeout. So the volume in the classroom needs to remain low because we have people who are catching up. You can, of course, talk to a partner, and we need to keep that volume on just a quiet voice, just like kind of how I'm speaking now. And we'll be just fine, and we should have a really fun class period today.